So guess what I'm about to do today? I'm about to ride a rail trail that most people have probably never heard about. I'm just north of the town of Gananoque, and the timing couldn't be better because right here at the Via Rail station, you've got one of these beautiful new Via Rail trains that's coming in, pick up the passengers, and keep on going. That is a beautiful looking train. So this is the main CN line that runs from west to east across the province of Ontario. But what I'm interested in is what's right in front of me, right here. This is the line that I'm going to be following from up here at the Via Rail station all the way into the town of Gananoque. Unfortunately, I can't take the former railway line all the way into the town of Gananoque because parts of the former trail have actually been closed off. So there's a golf course that's on the north end of the town, and it looks like the pathway has been dug up right before you get to where the golf course is. Now I can get to where it's all dug up. There's an underpass underneath the 401, so I'll go there and check it out. Man, talk about good timing. Both a passenger rail and a freight train here. And you can see right next to me the abandoned line that's still down there. Looks like this is the end of the tracks. But that's the line that I'm interested in. Beautiful old field here. So what I'm riding on right now is Station Road, and the railway tracks actually go and it sort of joins up right next to the main line there, just a little bit west of here. There's not much to see in that area, unfortunately, but once upon a time, that's where the Gananoque Trail used to go to. It's a beautiful day today. It's a little cooler, so I'm out here in sweater and jeans, but it's about 16 degrees. It's all you really need just to keep you warm. Now, if I get super lucky, I might just be able to keep this sun all the way to the end of the trail. We'll see. Kind of funny to start off a rail trail video while riding some country roads, but that's the nature of the beast out here. This one's just a little bit different, and I wanted to keep going past where the rail trail ends just to be able to see that old Via Rail station. It's a nice looking field right there. It's very peaceful up here. So Gananoque is actually a really touristy little town. There's the cruises that you can do, helicopter tours above the Thousand Islands. The sky deck is right nearby. And you've also got the Thousand Islands Parkway. So in a way, it's a bit of a missed opportunity for the town that they don't have their multi-use pathway going all the way to where the Via Rail station is, or at least up here to Station Road. Once upon a time, used to come up here, but the whole thing is if you've got some tourism, bike packing or what have you, just to have the rail trail that comes up here would just be so amazing, because when you get out here on the county road, you can see there's no bicycle lanes. Once again, another missed opportunity. Now, I'm not bad-mouthing the town or anything, I'm just, hey, pointing this out. It's a missed opportunity. There's lots of room on the side, so hopefully somebody somewhere will get this taken care of. Yeah, that's what would have been nice about having the rail trail over there, is that it just keeps you off the road like this. So you've got like this car here, and you know, he's upset at me for slowing him down, taking up space on the side of the road. And having the rail trail there would have kept me off the road. I don't know what the story is, but I'm sure something happened. It's usually the way it is. Coming up ahead, this is where Highway 401 is, and this is the road overpass. Once I get to the other side of it, I'm going to cut over to the west and join up with the rail trail. It's where the helicopter tours are. I did this a couple of years ago. It is crazy cool. The views you get up there, absolutely stunning. I don't shill too many businesses, but that right there is definitely worth checking out. And if you're ever in the area, on top of doing the Gananoque Trail here, there's a lot of other things to do too. So I mentioned the helicopter tours, there's the boat tours. There's a number of different companies that are in the area, and there's also the Thousand Islands Parkway. On the Thousand Islands Parkway, there is the waterfront trail. It's a dedicated multi-use pathway. It runs about 50 kilometers from Gananoque almost to Rockville. So if you're coming out here for a day of fun, there's a lot to do and a lot to check out. And of course, there's lots of cute little shops downtown, and there's some good cafes with good food and treats. So what I'm gonna do, I'm cutting through here and heading over to where the rail trail is. So it's little shortcuts like this that are the reason why I started wanting to do real-time videos, and why this is one. Because if you want to come down here and you're not familiar with the area, then you're not going to necessarily know, cut through those parking lots to be able to get to, oh, Blue Jay. And there's my whole look a squirrel moment for the video, never fails. So you'd never know to cut through the parking lots in order to get to the access point to the trail. And this is it. This is the Gananoque Trail, and I'm going to continue north here, and we're going to go over to the dead end because I'd like to ride as much of this as possible. I really like this trail. Kind of peaceful up here, and it's interesting when you get into the town of Gananoque as well. There's a lot of winding and turning, and you can sort of see where the old railway line has been bypassed a couple of places since it's been built up. That to my left is the Gananoque River. There are a couple of bridge crossings along this route, and we will definitely be going over that river. So this is it, freshly dug up. Somebody has recently decided they don't want people coming through here. All right. So let's head into the town again and follow this trail as far as I can with the aim to get down by the St. Lawrence River. Got a pretty good riding surface on it. Pretty easy to ride. Nice and wide too, so if there's a bunch of different cyclists, there's lots of room for everybody. But what I like is that you've got all these trees up growing all around you. And check out this old railway bridge here crossing the Gananoque River. Is this cool or what? Pretty cool old bridge here. I love that they've left the railway ties here on the ground too. Very cool. All right. I should start getting into the more urban zone. Yep, there you go. As you can see, a bunch of newly built houses, but still lots of privacy back here. Got this neat little curve. It's one thing I always love about rail trails is when you've got these gentle curves that are just going around, because trains of course can't turn all that sharp. Oh, looks like we got a little bit of traffic coming up here. It is a nice morning, so not surprised to see a couple of other people out on the trail. So now that we're in the town of Gan, there's a lot more roads and crossings to contend with. Okay, this is it. Cross over here. Nice old pines. And this is pretty cool. You've got the canopy just over top. One of my favorite things when you ride one of these trails is when all the tree branches are all growing together like that. From here, I go across Oak Street. And we need to go by the flea market here to rejoin the trail. It's going to take us over another railway crossing, over water. Not quite as high of a bridge, but still pretty cool to see. Kind of neat too, because you've got the reservoir right here. Thanks. And this is really the end of the Gananoque Trail right here. Kind of neat about coming here is they've got this old train here. I love it when the town or city pays heritage to their railway paths like this. Really kind of a neat thing to do. Now, used to be able to cross over the railway bridge that's right there, but unfortunately I don't know what happened, but at least for the last year that's been closed. But you can see the old railway bridge, and that's where you would have gone. So I've got to just go around that way there and just do a little bit of a bypass to be able to get down to where the water is. And this is the southern end of this old closed railway bridge. I remember I've walked across that a couple of times. I always thought it was pretty neat. And you used to be able to go down Mill Street all the way to where the tours are, but it looks like there's a bunch of no trespassing signs there and there's no real access. I think it's probably got something to do with the abandoned buildings. Maybe they're going to be demolishing them. Maybe something happened in them. It's really hard to say, but it just means that heading back to Main Street, and I'll take this all the way down to where the waterfront is. From here, I'm just going to cross a little swing bridge and get down to a neat little lookout place down by the Thousand Islands. Now there's so many places I could bike in Gan. and just show off how pretty this town is. But I'm not going to be doing that because the amount of time it would take, and this also isn't the right video for it either. So yeah, almost perfect weather the entire way back as far as sun and clouds concerned. This is just a cool little swing bridge, and there's the St. Lawrence River. I like that sign just as pub. That's all that's important. It's just pub. Nothing else matters, just pub. And down here, this is going to be the end of my trip. Yeah, so that's it. That's the Gananoque Trail, all the way from Via Rail Station, all the way down here to the Thousand Islands waterfront in the town of Gananoque. Neat little rail trail. If you're ever in the area, definitely come on down here and check it out.